Good evening. Welcome to the BDF Show. Tonight's episode is the foursome, and hopefully we'll have some more foursome. But we're we're missing Will of the Hitchhiking Bones.
We are. I think William is kind of tied up tonight. He had something come up. I just texted him, and so he's going to be in the chat though, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and say hello to Blaine Rayleigh Creative Travel, and then Mike Klimovich.
Hey, Blaine, Mike, good to see y'all.
It looks like that's all right now. So, and I got my Gryffindor robe on.
I love that, Keith. That is just so cool. I love those Gryffindor robes. We're big Harry Potter fans, so that's a thumbs up from us.
Oh, okay. Now I know where I put my one. It's right here.
Good deal.
Nice box it has.
It is. They come really well boxed. I bought mine some years ago. It's been 12 years ago since I first bought mine. It was right after all the vendors opened. And yeah, you got the big one though. You could defeat me in a duel, Keith.
Yeah, it's the most powerful one.
Hey, Will. There's Will. Yeah, in the chat.
Hey, Will. Oh, that's okay. Maybe the next time.
Yeah, I was actually sorted into, if I'm not mistaken, I was sorted into Ravenclaw initially, Mike. Mike says he's a proud Hufflepuff. Are you a Gryffindor, Keith?
Yeah, I'm a Gryffindor. The official Harry Potter site sorted me into.
There you
Gryffindor.
go.
Hey, Carol Karki.
Hi, Carol.
Hey, Dawn, and Carol, and Blaine, and Mike.
A while back, I was looking at a show called Super Carlin Brothers, and they were saying like about the elder one is being the unbeatable one. I was saying, hey, look what I got. I got the unbeatable one. How did you get that? Well, I beat its last owner.
You do. You do. Well, it's interesting too, Keith. If you have read the books and seen the movies, the endings are different for the Elder Wand. They're two different endings for the Elder Wand as far as what happens to it. Yeah.
In the book, Harry puts it back into Dumbledore's grave, and then the movie he just breaks it.
Yeah, he uses it a couple times.
Keith, where'd you get that wand again?
A friend of mine sent it to me.
You see who just came in the chat?
Hey, Randy Disney up, boiler up. I was just telling Danny and Don that you sent me the elder one.
Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Katrina.
That was so thoughtful of you to do that.
Blaine's been asking a question about 3 times now, Keith.
Oh, no, I'm not a cat right now, but if you want me to, I can go ahead and bring that up. It takes a few clicks. But let's see. Let me
I have so in other streams, Keith, you comment and say I am not a cat. I didn't know what that was all about. I wasn't sure what that.
Got a side view?
Just do a few little clicks here. So
how many cameras you have in there, Keith?
I've got 2 cameras.
Jeez. Look like
he's got more than I do. Keith's got a nice setup.
I use my MacBook and that's it for everything. That's all I have.
He's got a really good setup. Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes.
Hey, Kenny. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't like the breaking of the wand either. I was not happy with that ending. That's not how it ended in the books, and so I was not. Well, and he tosses it. He tosses it off the bridge, and so I was not real. I thought that was kind of anticlimactic. I thought the book's ending was better. I really did.
Guess it's your show now, Don. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Oh, Danny, we all almost had our own show, bud. Maybe Keith is a cat. He keeps coming in and out like that.
I don't know.
Oh man. Well, Danny, what are y'all up to? Oh, there.
I am not a cat. I am not a cat. I am not a cat.
Okay.
Hey, Kenny.
I don't know. You keep saying that.
I am not a cat.
Well, you look like a cat.
Yeah.
What kind of show did I sign up for?
I don't know, Danny. You should have read.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, now we're in birthday celebration mode.
102 days until my birthday.
I know you're excited, Keith. Now you're gonna take your Disney trip, right, for your birthday?
Not this year, but next year. This year I'll be 59, and I know I'm going to have you, Don, on my 59th birthday show.
I'm looking forward to it. Look forward to it. So you're going to go for your 60th then to Walt Disney World, is that right? Yeah.
And my 60th birthday, that day will be Magic Kingdom Day.
Ah, yeah. Oh, well, I don't blame you. I went to Magic Kingdom for my birthday too this past November. So
it's right around the corner, Keith. You'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Things the time passes a lot quicker than you think. We, done those countdowns to Walt Disney World, and man, it goes fast. It really does. So here we are. We're at the end of February already, guys. Right?
I know. School year's going by fast too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it. How's everybody in chat tonight? Carol and Kenny, and I know William's there. How's everybody doing tonight? We're good here. We're good. Danny, are you? What are you doing these days? Are you working from home or?
Nope, we're back in person now.
Oh, that's great.
Yesterday I got a first round of my Pfizer vaccine, so.
I saw that. I saw that on Instagram.
Our governor moved teachers up to be in that second tier.
Mm-hmm.
And our school district got it arranged to where the district itself was had one of the medical distributors of the vaccine come out to the school district and actually do it. So we were able to just sign up from within the district and go out and get it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is great. I always felt like the teachers should be, bumped up to the,
right.
Because there's so much, with the kids coming back, and I'm so thrilled that the kids are coming back. But again, you got to be careful. And I feel like our teachers are kind of frontline workers,
Right.
Yeah, they are.
So, yeah. So
yes, Karki, I use Snap Camera. Snap Camera is by Snapchat, and so is Lens Studio, LENS Studio.
And then we have spring break coming up in 2 weeks. Dawn, we'll be going back down to. Hadn't been to Disney since this past Thanksgiving, and now we're going back on spring break. That'll be twice in 4 months or whatever we've been. So
that's exciting, Danny. Y'all stay a week, probably.
All the cruises are getting canceled. We normally try to go on a cruise on spring break, and of course it's canceled. So we just decided to go back down to Disney, and this time we're actually going to be flying. We actually found a really good deal. Kimberly found a really good deal on Southwest.
Well,
out of Dallas, Love Field.
Yeah, it's cheap to fly right now, guys. It really is. That's one reason we went to Hawaii. is
Right.
because, I told my husband, I said that the flights for Hawaii are never, ever going to be any cheaper than they are now. And, I flew down, we also flew down, Jillian went in September, I went in November. And I know you guys are, it's a good time to fly. It's just cheap. So, I mean, you can fly a lot cheaper than you can drive it.
Well, the rate she found, and then she looked a few days later, and it was like the price had like more than tripled.
Yep.
So she just got in right at the right time.
Yeah, they are. I feel like they're starting to creep back up just a little bit.
Yeah,
I sure do.
I noticed I noticed today gas prices sure have, darn it.
Yeah, they are. My stocks are like in that, but it's and people, of course, who work in the oil field industry. But
my cousin that I'm going to go to Walt Disney World with, go down to Orlando for both Walt Disney World and Universal.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be moving her daughter down there sometime this year. It'll be like about an hour. My second cousin will then be about an hour away from Orlando, and then me and my cousin next year, me and her, her stepson and her friend are going to fly. We're going to fly out of KCI, a direct flight to Orlando. We'll be like leaving on the 9th of June of 2022 at 4:00 in the afternoon Central Time, and arriving in Orlando 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is a 3-hour flight. It seems like 4, but it's actually 3 because you look at losing an hour when you go from the Central to the Eastern Time zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's I'm glad y'all are going to do that, Danny. That's exciting. Will y'all be? Do you live stream, Danny, or will y'all be vlogging mostly?
Probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Well,
our last couple of Saturday Night Live shows we did that Lennon and I do, we've been talking about Disney on there, and this one we have coming up, we're going to be talking about like different snacks and stuff to make sure to get at
there
Disney.
You go.
Last
week was characters, and the week before was rides.
Cool. Yep.
Let's welcome in Tommy Dodson and
hey
Jeffrey
Tommy, good to see you, buddy.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey Jeff.
Good to see you. Hey Jeffrey. Good to see you.
I'm gonna try to do a little bit of both, Dawn. Today, Lennon and I went to the zoo here and also to the Science Center. We live streamed at both of those places. I'm just trying to get some more practice.
Right.
With the gimbal, and then also we bought a dead cat microphone, like a wind blocker kind of thing.
Okay. Now, see, I need to look into something like that.
So we've been, I've been trying to practice with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be using like a tabletop tripod.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a plastic bolt on there, but I want to get one that's got a metal one.
Right. Yeah. Now, what software are you planning on using, Keith? StreamYard or
James Ryan, good to see you, buddy.
When I do a pop-up live stream, it'll be a StreamYard, but I'll be vlogging my rides.
Right.
Vlogging the rides.
Yeah. Well, it's William and Jillian and I have talked about it a lot. We love to stream in the parks, but it is extra tax on the trip. It's like, you want to, and we love to stream, but, it's kind of stressful getting set up. Do you have a connection? Are you lagging? And we love to do it. But there's usually at least one day that we go into the park and we don't live stream. We just enjoy it and don't worry about trying to live stream.
When we went on Thanksgiving, Dawn, that we didn't know our way around good enough too.
Right.
I felt like if I was live streaming, I'd be getting lost all kinds of everywhere, and it wouldn't work out. So This time I feel like we know it a little
Ryan.
bit better though.
This will be great, Danny. Y'all can go back and.
Do you go off StreamYard there from there at the park, or what did you use to do?
Actually, we use Streamlab.
Streamlab, yeah.
Well, we subscribe to Streamlab, and we like to go in 1080p if we can. So, but there are lots of different things to use. I know a lot of people in our community are trying to look at different things. Streamlab is kind of hard to use, and the quality is there, but it is kind of hard to use. So,
okay. So
it is, Keith. I don't know what you're planning on using, but I would look around and use something other than Streamlab.
The thing about going off of YouTube itself is that it's hard to keep up with the chat, because if you just go straight from streaming off of YouTube, the chat comes in and then it disappears. You have to continuously be scrolling through on your screen to see.
Okay. Yeah, and that's really hard.
That's the Streamlabs?
No, that's straight from YouTube. Like when you get to your thousand friends,
okay,
then you'll be able to go straight from YouTube. And that's the thing that I've noticed that I don't like about it too much, is just the fact that it's kind of hard to keep up with the chat. It's real easy to miss a comment or two, for sure.
Right.
Whereas on StreamYard, they stay up there the entire time.
Yeah.
Say goodnight to Jeffrey Resendez, and then hello, James Ryan.
Yep.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Good night, Jeff. Have a good one, buddy.
James, always good to see you.
Yes, sir.
And I like the Harry Potter. When we on our Universal package, we're going to get the Harry Potter package, which includes a free breakfast at Leaky Cauldron in Diagon Alley, a free breakfast in the Three Broomsticks at Hogsmeade, and I think Shutterbug.
Nice.
You get your photos on a disc that would be moving like in the Harry Potter movies where the picture moves. They'll have you do some moving around so that you can have motion in your Harry Potter pictures.
Right. Well, I think that's going to be. You're just going to love it, Keith. You're just absolutely going to love it.
And besides, I've already figured that since Universal still has their dining options, with all that, it still comes out a little less expensive than the Walt Disney World, because Disney World right now don't have the dining option. It's suspended.
That's true.
Right. Universal is way cheaper than Walt Disney World all the way around. Tickets and everything. They're just considerably cheaper. So
yeah,
I'm excited that you guys are going to stay on property at Universal, Keith. I think that's going to be great.
Yeah, because
we've never done that.
Because we'll be able to ride the bus, and see, we'll have 4 full days at Disney. Starting with Magic Kingdom on my birthday. And then after the 4th day, the day after the 4th day, it'll be a transition day to check out of Walt Disney World and then check into Universal, and then have 4 full days of Harry Potter package. The first 2 full days at Universal will be just Harry Potter, and then the last 2 Harry Potter, and then also Simpsons and Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic, Keith. Y'all really have a good lineup planned there. We usually, the thing that always kind of hooked us was that you buy so many days and you get a couple of days free or 1 day free.
All right.
And but Keith, be sure and try to build in a little rest time, because you're going to be tired if you try to go hard at it in the parks every day. Build in a rest day.
What we're going to do is, like for example, like Disney, the 4 days each. When the time that it'll start getting busy, we'll first have our lunch and then go back to the resort hotel to nap and maybe take a dip in the pool.
I think that's a great plan. You don't have
time for that, Keith.
Might even do
all day, every day.
Might even do laundry on the 4th day of Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
You need a nap. You need a nap. Go see Carousel of Progress.
Saying that's boring.
No, but I know it's a good place to take a nap.
Well, and they should have People Mover back up too. A lot of people nap on People Mover.
There you go.
But yeah, oh man, we have to build in a rest day. We go rope drop to kiss goodnight.
Move me to the bottom, huh? I'm in timeout.
Oh, I can fix that.
There you go.
Yeah, how do y'all do it, Danny? Do you go rope drop to kiss goodnight, or what? How do y'all do it? You build in.
I try
to. Yeah.
Staying on property. The first time we went in 2016, we stayed off property, but this past trip in November and then this one coming up, we're staying at Pop again. So, and Adric's old enough, now, and
oh yeah.
So he and Kimberly, if Landon and I want to go earlier or whatever, then they can just come meet up with us.
There you go.
Whenever.
And
Pop it's easy for them to to get to you via the Skyliner for most of the parks. It's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
Pop Century is where we're going to stay at Walt Disney.
There you go.
Good call, Keith. Good call.
It was nice. We enjoyed it.
It's one of the more affordable.
Yeah, it is, and it's nice. I've never stayed at Pop, but William and Jillian stayed there this past September, and really liked it. I know James in the chat. James Ryan stays at Pop a lot. A lot of people. It's if I'm not mistaken, it's a moderate resort, but it has more of a value price.
The value, I think, resort
makes a value resort, but the accommodations we really think are more of a moderate. So you can't, don't tell Disney, but so it makes it a good deal.
That's what I'm saying. Do it when you get back. There you go.
Oh, okay. Save money on the laundry.
Yeah, laundry, schmondry. Yeah. You could just take enough clothes to wear and pack those dirty clothes back in the suitcase. Yeah. That's generally what we do, unless
it'll practically be an 11-day trip. You got your flight to start going, and then the 4 days at Walt Disney World. 4 full days, and then the transition day, then the 4 full days at Universal, and then the flight back home. My cousin's daughter, my second cousin, she'll be our driver.
There you go.
That way, don't have to.
Yeah, well, now that's going to work out real well for you, Keith. Transportation. Now that's one thing that can be kind of confusing at Walt Disney World, especially right now with all the COVID and the monorail's not making a full run because of construction at the Poly. I found when people go for the first time or maybe the second or third times, getting from one part to another and deciding, what is my best option here? Do I go by water? Do I take the Skyliner? Do I do bus? It can be a little confusing. I think that's worth kind of checking into if you haven't been, is figuring out ahead of time. Okay, this morning I'm going to go from, I want to get from Pop Century and I want to go to, say Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
What's my best bet for getting there? Kind of trying to stay ahead of the crowds and all that. It can be a little tricky, and something you need to look into ahead of time, because you could waste a lot of time, waiting for the bus, or
Right.
If you don't get up early enough to get on the Skyliner. So that's worth looking into.
We took Skyliner to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, I believe it was.
Yep.
And the one thing that we left Epcot one night and wanted to go to Disney Springs. And so
Right.
what we ended up doing there was we took a bus from Hollywood to Caribbean Beach. Instead of to Pop, we took to Caribbean Beach and then took the bus over to Disney Springs.
There you go. Okay, now there you go. That's a good plan, Danny. Yeah. Yeah. Caribbean Beach is kind of the hub,
Right.
for the Skyliner. So, and again, a lot of it is figuring out, and giving yourself enough time to do that so that you don't get into so many crowds. Because if you wait until the crowds get there, you can wait a long time for transportation. It's kind of frustrating.
That's what we found the crowds to be, was at Caribbean Beach. The crowds to get on the Skyliner at Pop weren't bad, but since like you said, Caribbean Beach was the hub, that's where you started getting your lines. One time we got to the Caribbean Beach after we had taken the Skyliner from Pop to Caribbean Beach, and instead of having us get on the Skyliner, they had a bus right there, and we just got on that and took it. I think that was to Hollywood.
There you go.
I know how to ride those buses because I have ridden city buses. Reading the destination signs, and also like the city buses in my hometown. If you don't see the front of the bus, if you're behind, it'll show on the a square thing the route number. And
there you go.
Right. Well, and that's a good way to do it. Mike says I actually prefer staying at the Epcot resorts because I like being close to Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. A lot of people we've never even been to that boardwalk area. That's something I might want to try to do this trip, is go explore over there.
I've got a suggestion for you. I've got a really good suggestion for you. I will send you a text, Danny.
Sounds good.
On boardwalk. I had never been to, as many times as we've been to Disney, I had never been to boardwalk until this last time when we went.
Right.
And I absolutely loved it. It is so beautiful down there.
Yeah, I've never spent any time there at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's worth your time. It really is. And you can go, if you're in Epcot, you can take a little break and or maybe plan lunch, on the boardwalk while you're in Epcot for your Epcot day.
Let me ask you this, Dawn. Is the boardwalk, like if I'm meeting up with some friends down there that aren't, per se, going to the parks, is there like places where people can just drive up and park there at the boardwalk? Same as Disney Springs, or is it easier to meet at Disney Springs?
It's easier to meet at Disney Springs. Now, I met Russ at what we planned to do. It was kind of a rest day, but really not. I had never ridden the Skyliner.
Right.
So Russ said, "Okay, we'll make brunch reservations at Trattoria al Forno." We met at 10 o'clock for brunch at Trattoria al Forno, and then we just walked around. We went to the Swan or the Dolphin,
right,
and looked around there. We looked around at the boardwalk, and then we met Dean. Dean was at Epcot that day, and we met Dean, the turkey legster.
Hey, Danny, bring Landon up.
Yeah.
He's been up here.
And yeah.
Bring him back up again.
He'll be back.
well, anyway, we met him and we all went and rode the Skyliner for a little while. And then eventually Dean, went back into Epcot because it was a park day for him. We had a fantastic day. Just riding, hopping those resorts on the Skyliner and just really enjoy. A brunch at Trattoria al Forno is fantastic and it's not real expensive. So I highly suggest.
And so Russ just drove there and met.
Yes. Okay. We parked at the boardwalk. We parked at the boardwalk resort. And when I went up to security, the security guard just tapped my magic band. I said, I've got, dining reservations at Trattoria al Forno. He just tapped my magic band. And I'm sure that's, Russ did too, because neither one of us had a park ticket that day. We were just, enjoying the Skyliner and eating. So that worked out really nicely. But we did have a reservation. So that kind of got us on property. But otherwise, Disney Springs is a great option.
Right.
Somebody said that if we're going to go to the Cinderella's Royal Table to set up the reservation, I think 60 or 90 days before we get there.
I would check it before then, Keith. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their windows are, right now as to how far out you can book. But I would check on that one as soon as you can, because that one really fills up fast. Cinderella's Royal Table. We have done that one. We've done that one.
There you go, Keith.
Hi, London.
Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mike likes Yacht Club really well and Boardwalk. He says beach beach club is next. Is next. Yeah. That I'm sure you'll enjoy it, Mike. The thing about it is I don't know that I would not enjoy any of the resorts. I mean, there are some that I would love to do. Animal Kingdom Lodge, absolutely love to do Animal Kingdom Lodge, and the Poly are two at the top of my list. But I would stay in any of them.
Now that one is kind of off by itself, ain't it? Like it's close to Animal Kingdom, but that's about it.
Right. Well, in Animal Kingdom, they I've heard and different people say, and you can tell on the map, Animal Kingdom is kind of is further out. So if you're planning on using the buses, as transportation for Animal Kingdom, you're going to ride for a little while because they stop at a right, exactly. So yeah, they stop at a lot of the other resorts to get to Animal Kingdom.
That's the one good thing about Pop though, is they have their own bus line. But the only thing about them is sometimes there's not as many of them that come. And sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer for them to come than you do some of the other resorts as well.
Well, they probably, and that's true of Riviera as well. I think when they connected the resorts with the Skyliner, they cut the bus service.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
It seems like that they sewed it seems like they sewed the minivans.
Minivans,
yeah.
Yeah, did they sell them, Keith? I hadn't seen that.
Good night, Carol. Good to see you again.
Well, I thought that somebody said that they sold them or might be ready to sell them. Kind of like discontinuing the minivan service.
Yeah, now I hadn't heard that, Keith. I hate to hear that. I have never taken one, but I think they're really cute. I'd love to try one.
Yeah.
The only thing I heard they're getting rid of, Keith, next year is the Magical Express thing that picks you up.
Yeah, that was definite because I think around 2023 they will have a train service between the airport and Disney Springs, but it's going to go down. It's going to go even further, like to West Palm Beach, Florida, and over to Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mike says they did sell the minivans, Mike Klimovich.
Yeah. I hate to hear that, Mike. I never got to take one. I thought they were so cute. And they were a good option. They're kind of pricey, but if you really needed to get somewhere quickly, they had great car seats. If you had kids, they had really nice car seats in them, and they seated a lot of people. If you had several people in your party and you could split it, split the fare, it wasn't so bad. But they were really cute too. Yeah, I hate to hear that.
Keith, you took your robe off and everything. I didn't even notice. It was quick.
Quick change artist. It was magic, Danny. It was magic. Yeah, Mike, it is going to be interesting to see how people get to Disney from the airport without the Magical Express. Yeah, we'll have to see what. I mean, surely Disney will. Am I getting some feedback, guys? Surely Disney will. We'll do something on that, because if you have, if you've got kids, all of our kids are grown, but we have grandkids, that will be taken, to deal with your kids and all your luggage and everything. That Magical Express was, that was an extra incentive to stay on property. If you could get that nice pickup from the airport, because once you got on the Magical Express, you didn't even touch your luggage. You didn't even have to touch your luggage. And that was really nice. So
Katrina said, she just said that she volunteers to pick us all up from the airport and take us to our hotel.
That would be great.
That'll work. Thank you, Katrina. Appreciate it.
At Disney World, me and my cousin's going to pay for the parking at Pop Century, because we're going to split it between me and her, because her daughter's going to be putting the gas in the car, and so
makes it fair, Keith.
Yeah. It's good that you guys have have it budgeted out too. That way you can plan for it and you have money, and it's not it's not a
and you have somebody already living there. It helps as well.
And if the dining option at Disney's not reinstated yet, we have figured budget $50 for food for each person, and except for Cinderella Royal Table, and then we'll be exceeding that budget. Well, yeah, just kind of build it in, Keith. Whatever y'all want to do.
That's funny. I have a minivan. My van fits 7. I'm only 45 minutes from Disney. I'll pick you all up. There you go.
Thank you
for volunteering.
Minivan. There you go, Katrina. That's really sweet of you.
At least she was volunteered and not voluntold, so that's good.
Yeah,
that's true. Oh man, no, it's not parking. Disney added extra parking charges. A couple of years ago? Has it been that long?
You have to have You have to have the Disney Vacation Club to get free parking.
Right, or be an annual pass holder.
Right.
So, yeah.
But
yeah, you definitely go to Cinderella's table for the atmosphere and the experience, not necessarily the food. You sure do.
There's a lot of things to do at those parks. Even in Branson, they got quite a bit of stuff at Branson, Missouri, right, Danny?
What are you asking me?
Branson before?
Yes, they have a ton of things to do at Branson, Missouri.
I've been there on 2 separate trips, and on both times I've been on the helicopter tour.
That's something we haven't done yet, Keith. There's even
it's worth the money. The first trip out, we did 5 miles, and then the second trip there, we did 10 miles.
That's awesome.
And it's kind of neat. And I like the wooden goat cart track in Whitewater.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shows there. Plus, we have season passes for Silver Dollar City, so we go there. That's basically Branson's like I consider that my second home.
Ripley's, believe it or not, the Hollywood Wax Museum.
There's a lot. Branson's great. Yeah. Branson, the thing that I really appreciate about Branson too, Danny, is the family atmosphere. Yeah. Branson is very, very family oriented. The people who own Silver Dollar City are very family oriented, and
you know what other park they own, right, Dawn?
No,
Dollywood.
Really? No, I didn't know that. Okay.
Same family owns both parks. Dolly Parton is half owner of Dollywood, but the Herschel family, they also own Silver Dollar City. So those two parks are very similar. Like those three cities are very, very similar.
Yeah, that's true.
The last I heard, Mears is going to provide some buses, but it's at additional charges to take the Mears bus from the airport to Disney World.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that, James. Why not? Well, why would they not do that? Because people have to get, from MCO somehow. You gotta get there somehow. And if you got the Uber, you got the Uber option or something like that. But gosh, the Magical Express was so great, guys. Now the only thing about it that William and Jillian didn't like is that when you get ready to leave, if you're flying, depending on when you're flying out, they come and pick you up really early.
That's what Kimberly's saying.
Right. That travel day really, there's no way that you can go back into the parks on that travel day because so they didn't like that part about it, but it was very convenient. So
in Springfield, Missouri, that's only a 40-minute drive away.
Springfield.
I'm almost 50. Would love to go. Yeah, Branson is amazing, and the thing about Branson, it gets a reputation sometimes as being for like senior citizens and older people.
Right.
My boys, especially Landon, they absolutely love it, and Branson's just something that I consider part of who I am, just because it's where I've always gone my entire life. My parents took me, and now I take my own kids, so it's just. Yeah. Kind of special. It's how Disney is to a lot of people. Same kind of thing.
Yeah, Branson is great. I know that Danny, it's kind of gets the reputation of being for older people. But Branson, if you've got kids or grandkids, Branson's good for any family, any age. It's beautiful. There's tons to do. It's family friendly. It's set up well for tourists. It really, we love Branson. We've been.
They just added an aquarium this past summer there as well.
Oh, did they add it? See, I didn't know about that either. So,
and then they have one of their attraction places is called Beyond the Lens, and inside there they have a ride that's very, very similar to Soarin' that you can ride.
Oh,
it's a lot of fun too. So
cool. Well, we're overdue for a trip to Branson then for sure.
It's a cool place.
It is. It really is. Very, very nice. Great place to vacation.
You should go back there soon, Keith, to Branson.
Yeah, but
get you ready for Disney.
Yeah, but my stepbrother lives down in West Palm Beach, Florida, and one time I got to stay with him for a little while, and it was like the end of February or beginning of March that I went to swim in the ocean, and I got to learn how to swim out of a riptide.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah. That's. I probably would not need to know to do that since I'm too much of a coward to put myself in that situation.
you swim parallel with the beach,
Right.
and not with the riptide.
Right. Yeah.
You'll end up breaking out of the riptide and make your way to shore.
Mike, specifically, what are you wanting to know about Disneyland? We've been to Disneyland several times and love Disneyland, but it's completely different than Walt Disney World. So there are a lot of answers that I could give you for that question. So
how many nights did you guys stay there on your way home this last trip?
We actually, when we flew in from Hawaii,
right,
of course, we went on the trip with some friends who live in Redondo Beach. And so when we flew in on Monday, and then we didn't fly out coming back to Texas until Friday. So we had.
Well, you were there in California for almost a full week then.
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
And we went to downtown Disney. We went into California Adventure. So we had some good time to spend there. Now I don't know if y'all have seen this, but in March, DCA is planning an event. It's like a kind of it's a special ticketed event. It's $75, and it's like a Disney experience. And you can go into DCA, and you have dinner. Comes with free parking. You have meet and greets with the characters, activities. I'm not sure, what all it entails, but
right.
I saw that as something they're, kind of doing because people miss Disney. So that's going to start in March. And then I also read today on the DVC website that they are planning on opening California, the Grand Californian soon. So that's progress. That's some good progress.
Hey, Don and Danny, one game I've been playing is Disney's Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I just started back over just about a couple of weeks ago. Started from scratch, and I'm working on getting Buzz Lightyear.
Are you like
and
it?
Also working on getting Cinderella too.
Yeah, I love Disneyland
but
too.
I want to get Cinderella before I get Buzz Lightyear. But I've already got C-3PO.
Oh, fun. You're doing pretty well then.
Yeah. But I still have to get Minnie Mouse, and also get Daisy Duck and Donald Duck.
Yeah.
I think Daisy's going to be next in line before Minnie comes back, and then I think and then Donald.
How often do you play, Keith? Do you play every day?
I try to play when I can every day, but a lot of times you have to wait like 2 to 8 hours for something to get done.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So it gives me time to switch over to another game.
Right. Right. Yeah, you can double time it.
Yeah.
Yeah. James, I love Disneyland too. Disneyland was my first park. I went to Disneyland before I went to Disney World. I had a cousin who lived in California. And the first time I went to Disneyland, let's see,
there you go.
I want to say I was about 12. So, yeah.
First time I went to either one, I was 36.
Oh, where you didn't go as a child?
No.
Oh, okay. Have you been to Disneyland?
Nope. We were supposed to go in June because we were supposed to take a cruise out of San Francisco to Alaska, but
nice.
Surprisingly, it got canceled. So
yeah, I'm so anxious for cruises to come back. My husband and I love to cruise.
It wouldn't matter because it's closed anyway. Disneyland is too. So
it is. Yeah, it is. Now I've also read, and I know you guys have probably read this too, but I've read that the other amusement parks are planning on opening in the summer. The other California amusement parks, And so I think we can expect Disney to open then too. Man, I know people, Californians, I talked with a lot of people while I was there in Disney Springs, and I talked with a CM in Disney Springs, and she said, I'm going to take my kids, I'm going to take my family to Walt Disney World. She said, we want to go to a Disney park, so we're going to Florida. And that was a CM that was in Disneyland. So.
Oh, right. You mean downtown Disney?
Yeah. 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 They have the downtown. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was confused.
They're very similar, aren't they? They're pretty much the same thing. Just like the one in Florida used to be called downtown Disney as well, right?
Well, the thing of it now Disney Springs, Disney Springs is huge compared to downtown Disney.
Oh.
That's the thing with Disneyland. They're landlocked. They're which is why, of course, Walt, decided to start the Florida project. They just don't have the real estate there. And so their downtown Disney area, they've got downtown Disney, and then Disneyland and California Adventure kind of face each other, and they're joined by this huge, this huge open area. DCA was actually built on the parking lot for Disneyland.
No, okay.
It was a parking lot for Disneyland. So they have the two parks that face each other, and then they have downtown Disney. So
that's where your live was from, right? That you and Jeff did was from right there in the middle of the two of them.
Yeah, and that big open space that is between Disneyland and DCA is called the Esplanade.
Oh, okay.
And it was, gosh, guys, it was kind of sad because there were people just walking up to the gates at Disneyland, just looking in. There was this mom, and she had 3 little girls, right? And the little girls, walked up, and they were looking because you can see Mickey and the planter and the train station and everything. And the mom said, "Let me take your pictures, girls. Y'all twirl." And so the little girls were twirling, and she took some pictures. I was just, gosh, I thought, man, you guys ought to be twirling at the castle, not outside the gate. So
did you see my comment I put in chat that night?
It was just kind of a heartbreaker. Well, no, because I was. It scrolls like
Clark Griswold felt when he arrived at Wally World.
Oh, exactly. Jeff said, that's what Jeff said. He said, we may have to pull a Clark Griswold. We're ride. But yeah.
Hey, John and Danny,
yes,
I've also been playing a game called Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch.
That sounds like fun as well.
You build a theme park. There's a main park, and then I think the first thing you unlock is when you get a certain amount of the external parks is you unlock a scenario park.
Huh.
And then it'll give you different scenarios in the scenario park. And then eventually when you get to a certain level, then you unlock the water parks.
Very cool.
That is, I guess I need to try that. I've never played it.
The Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch, you can play it on Android or iOS, but if you don't have it, but you can probably play it on the computer, the Android version on the computer if you have BlueStacks.
Wait, did you say
Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yeah, I think I had that game. I did have that game.
He plays all kinds of tycoon games. Keith, Landon.
Yeah, I do like simulation games. Those are my favorite. Is the simulation, like even SimCity built it and Megapolis.
You know those?
I play simulators on Roblox.
Roblox simulators. Have you heard of a game called Magic Kingdom? Is that game on? What's that on?
I used to play that too.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, Katrina, you can play that game on your phone, Android phone or tablet.
What games?
I've
I
got
played
a
that game that he just said.
Oh, Keith said.
I've got a Samsung Galaxy J7 Crown, and then I also have a Samsung Galaxy Tab A.
Nice.
I play it on my Tab A because it's a bigger screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now there's a Disneyland one as well, which is pretty cool. And it's like you're actually walking through the parks, and like you can stop and do character meet and greets, and it's just really
What
cool.
What is this on, Dawn? Is it on the phone or on the computer or what? Like that Magic
You know
game and all that?
You check with William. He plays the Disneyland one. Check with him, and absolutely loves it. I know I've seen him play it on TV, and he's played it on his phone. So I'm not sure, but he loves it. It's a lot of fun too, because the game is actually laid out like Disneyland.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it really is. And you could stop and do character meet and greets. You can get a Dole Whip. You could buy balloons if you get points, for all of them. It's so cool. It really is a neat game. Oh, hey, Tina.
I can actually search for that Disneyland game probably on the Google Play.
I'm sure you can.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
And
William loves it. So
we got a little less than a minute and a half. Boy, it's going by fast.
It has
Been fun, Keith. Thanks for having me, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
thanks for coming. March 7th, next week, I have Kidani Sean as a guest. It'll be DVC.
Nice.
It'll be a DVC show.
Yes.
And then on the 14th, I'll have Mickey Sightings. And then on the 21st, I'll have Rayleigh Creative Travel, Blaine.
Who?
Blaine Rayleigh.
I've never heard of that guy. I don't know who that one is.
And then on 28th, I will have
know that guy.
Scopini.
Oh,
And then-
fun. Great lineup.
April 4th, I will not have a show due to Easter, celebrating Easter. But then on the 11th, I will have Candy Mom 15.
Jeez.
Nice lineup. Wow.
So you've got 2 weeks of Sean and then Blaine?
Well, Sean's next week on the 7th, and then
Sean again.
Mickey Sightings on the 14th.
And his name's Sean, right?
Oh, okay. I forgot that.
It's true.
That's just cosmic coincidence. Anything you have going, Danny, this week?
Well, our regular Hitchhiker chat will be Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be recapping our trip to Hawaii. And we stayed a couple of nights at Aulani, and it was absolutely amazing. We loved it. And I'll be putting up, some more content on that, blogs that I did and that kind of thing. So y'all check that
out. What do you have coming up, Danny?
What we have coming up is our weekly trivia. It's going to be on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And Keith, can you remind me what the category was again?
Harry Potter.
There it is. Harry Potter.
Oh, I need to be there for that one.
This next Saturday night, for our Griswold Family Vacay Saturday Night Live variety show at 8 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to be talking about 21 must-have snacks or must-have food items in Disney World for 2021. And Landon will be back with his jokes. And then later on that night, we normally have family game night where we play Kahoots. But this Saturday, I'm not going to be having that on my channel. That's actually going to be on our partner channel, Fordman Kenneth Oaks channel, because I'm going to be a guest on The Adventures of Gonzo.
Okay, cool.
So
Cool.
And
That's what
then,
we have coming up. Thank you, Keith, buddy. Appreciate it.
and what's your closing saying, Danny?
Our closing saying, Landon, come here. I gotta have the guy say it. He's the one that closes us out every week. They're waiting on you. Hurry up. He wants to know our closing statement for our live streams. Get to where he can see you. Go ahead.
Take time to make memories.
You, Don?
Say it with some enthusiasm.
Then yours, Don?
There's always room for one more. So
Take time to make
hurry
memories.
back.
Have a
Remember that,
nice
Rod?
and a beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank
Guys.
you.
Thanks.